Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Zoyos, welcome. So basically in this reading for this tarot card, this is going to be for Aquarius reading. What's the reason behind it? Aquarius, as in November 18th to November 28th of 2025. So, this is for you, Aquarius. I understand that you're feeling overwhelmed. I understand that you're basically feeling unhappy, whatever it is. But majority that I'm going to say it in a different reason, a different deeper thought, that there's something that's happening in this situation, right? I understand that yes, my voice seems a little bit off as it is because I'm still recovering from my sickness, as in my cold and my flu. But the way how this is, I'm trying to make the best as I can to do this reading for you, Aquarius, as well. So please comment if you want, and you can basically message and say get well soon, whatever it is. But it's your choice, right? So that's what it seems to be. But overall, in this one tarot situation for you, Aquarius, what's the reason behind it? What's the reason of what's wrong with you? You have to understand that, right? And the majority is that what's wrong with you is what's wrong with you, right? That's how it kind of goes. So you have to believe it in order to do that, and you have to understand about what's going on in that way, and you have to believe it about what's going on in this situation, whether you like it or not. But the way how this is, you need to understand that, right? That's just how it goes. So we're gonna figure out who's on the left side, who's on the right side. We're gonna figure out who's in the middle of this situation. So the way how this is, you need to understand that, right? That's how it kind of goes. So you have to do that exactly how it is, and you have to do exactly how it seems to be in that way, whether you like it or not. But that's how it goes in that way. So you have to understand of how it is in that way, whether you feel like everything's gonna be fine. But this is how it goes in that way. This is how it is. But it's the way it seems to be in that way. So here we go. So in this way, basically, the Emperor's reverse, there's no nourishment for you, because you're not being nourished, Aquarius, because there's something that was happening in this situation. So this is for you on the left side. On the right side, Nine of Pentacles, it does represent comfortable. You're feeling comfortable, alright. But the way how this is, it's not over yet, right? It's not over yet. So the way how this is, I'm going to figure out what's going on in this situation, is I'm going to figure this out. So I'm going to figure out who's on the left side for you. Seven of Swords reverse, you're feeling deceit. Eight of Pentacles reverse, there's no perfection. The Devil's upright, there's obsessions, right? Addictions. It's like you're being obsessed, maybe you're having negativity, because things are not going as planned, Aquarius. It's like, when you draw into this negativity, and you're having obsessions, addictions, or what's wrong with you, that's how it goes. Because there's a reason behind it, right? You think that everything's fine, but you're not, right? So it's like you're getting over a cold, like as in the sickness cold, right? You're getting over it. But if you keep doing it, it'll make your system more sicker, right? That's how it goes, right? So you understand that, yes, everything seems to be fine, but it's not, right? So you have to take the hint. What's on the right side, please? 10 Cups over, there's completion, and the 10 Pentacles over, there's wealth. That's how it goes in that way. And the 9 Cups over, there's fulfillment. Yeah, so you might be dealing with another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You might deal with another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You might be dealing with another Capricorn on the left side here. But that's how it goes, right? It's like this is the way how it goes. And, bottoms up, that you need to understand that, right? So you need to believe that you have to have that. You have your own, the ultimatum of how it goes in that way, whether you need to focus on that, right? That's how it goes. And you have to believe that. You have to succeed. You have to live by the rules, right? That's how it goes. So you understand that. So let me clarify this Devil card for you, Aquarius. The Sun card reverse is negativity. Just the reverse, you're not telling the truth. You're lying about something. I have no idea why you're lying about something, Aquarius, but get it off your mind, right? Do not lie, right? You tell the truth because you need to, but when just the reverse, you're not telling the truth. You're lying about something. So quit it, right? This is not a quit it match. This is not the way it works. But if you keep doing it, it's like that's how it goes. Two wrongs to make it right. You understand that, right? That's how it goes. What does Nine Cups is on the right side? Love's reverse is no decisions. The High Priestess are you're using your voice. The Devil's are there's obsessions. Obviously there is. Because there are ways that you need to understand. Whether you need to understand to criticize, whether you might be criticized, maybe you're not, I don't know. But you take it as the way it works. You have to take it as the way of how it goes, right? This is the way it needs to be. And you have to understand that. There's no ifs or buts to this situation, whether you like it or not, right? This is the way it kind of goes. So, let's see what's going on. So, let's see what's up so between this Sun card and this Justice card for you, Aquarius. Ace of Swords, alright, you're having a understanding here, right? So that's how it goes. When you have an understanding, you pay attention to it, no matter how it goes, because that's the way it works. It's like, alright, I know what to do, alright, this is the way how it goes, alright, I can see it, I can, overachieve it, whatever it is, but this is how it goes, and when you do it, that's the way it works. What's between this High Priestess and this Devil card on the right side? The Moon is there, right? There's misrotations, yeah, because you're basically introduced about having the Moon energy because it's affecting you, right? So Aquarius, you need to pay attention, whether you like it or not, because you're not to be fooled. You can't be fooled, and you can't think straight, right? So it's like you're saying, well, I can't do this anymore, I quit. No, you keep going. What's this Ace of Swords about? The Hermit reverse, so you have a soulmate. You already have one. The Wheel of Wands, you're having good luck. The Magician reverse is no skill. The Temperance is you're healing. That's how it goes. You're healing because you're healing, right? And when you do it, that's how it goes. But you have to achieve about your own emotions. Maybe you're thinking about that. Maybe you're thinking about your own symptoms. Maybe you're feeling like that. But it's like you're thinking that everything seems to be fine. But it's like, no, it's not, right? That's how it goes. What's this Moon card about? The Emperor's over their structure. The reverse is on obsessions. The Fool is over there's change. Obviously there is, right? So it's like you're thinking that, okay, well, this is how it works. So you versus them in this situation, no matter what's the outcome, it's like you have to, driven by the divine of how it goes in that way, right? So you understand that. But there's a reason behind it. See? And what's the reason behind it, Aquarius? What's the reason behind it? So let's see what's going on between this Temperance and this Wheel of Fortune. Those Uranus, there's no decisions. Tower Uranus is no transformation. The Star Uranus is no inspiration. The world is alright. There's completion. Everything's completed. Alright. That's how it goes. So it's like, alright, this seems to be alright. But let's stop here. No, let's keep going. Right? That's how it goes. What's between the Fool and this Emperor? The Emperor's alright, there's nourishment. Justice alright, you're telling the truth. The Hermit's alright, you're having a soulmate. Right? You're looking for a soulmate, or you're having solitude, whatever it is. So it's like maybe you're in hermit mode, maybe you're in basically, you're having solitude, maybe you think that everything's okay, but it's like you have to think about the here and now of this situation. No matter what it is, but you have to do it. You have to conclude what you're doing in that way, whether you need to understand that. Because there are simple ways to understand, whether you like it or not, but those are the rules. You pay attention to it, right? This is like a day-by-day situation, whether you like it or not, but you're not trying to play games here. You're not. That's how it goes, whether you pay attention, right? So you have to understand of how to do that in that way. It's like everything's going to be how it is. So let's see what's going on between this world card for you, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on. The Chariot is upright, there's progress. The Devil is upright, there's obsessions and addictions. And the Wheel of Fortune, sorry, you're having good luck. Obviously there is. Because if you're acting like you're being the devil, or you're acting like you're having obsessions, addictions, or whatever, you're obsessing. You're obsessing about saying, woe is me, I can't do it anymore, I quit, I don't like it. Well, if you keep doing it, there's something that's wrong with you. There's something wrong about your emotions, or, your feelings, or you're thinking that you're being hurt, you're being, dismayed, whatever it is. It's like you need to understand where you can't be fooled, but you're acting like that. This is not like the way of how you're going to be acting, but you're paying attention on how you're feeling in that way. Let's see what's between this Justice and this Hermit card. Four of Swords is alright, there's rest. Two of Swords reverse is your path you're going to take. The Moon reverse is no misrepresentations. The Three of Pentacles are there's basically excitement, right? So you're basically talking about it because you're in excitement, and you're resting about it, or you're feeling like you're going to be having healing or whatever it is, because that's how it goes. What's between the Three of Pentacles about? The Knight of Wands reverse is no trauma, or this I think it's basically trauma. And the Five of Wands reverse is there's no chaos. Ace of Swords reverse, there's no anxiety. Hermit reverse, you already have a soulmate. Page 1, sorry, there's basically prospects here, or it could be the way how you're going to look at it in a different perspective. That's the way it seems to be. So you might be dealing with an Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in that way. Also with this page 1 here, the Knight comes here, there's no romance. The World reverse is incompletion. Obviously there is. So there's something that was happening in this situation, whether you're saying, well, I don't know what to do. So let's figure out this World card here. The Lotus reverse is no decisions. Death card is over, there's endings. Yeah, because you're focusing on Scorpio. You're focusing on Scorpio because you care about Scorpio. You care about, his feelings, and, whether you might be interested in another man or another woman. It doesn't matter. But you're focusing on that. You're focusing about what's going on in this situation, whether you like it or not, in that way. It's like you're trying to impose what you're doing in that way. What's in the middle? Knight Cups here, so there's no romance here. So when you have no romance, you're not having any romance, right? That's how it goes, right? So I don't know if this is going to make sense to you, but it does, right? So let's see what's going on. So I'm going to figure out who's on the left side. Eight Cups over, there's entertainment, alright? What's in the middle? Judgment is upright, you're taking action. What's on the right side? The Five Pentacles here. So there's no prosperity about money. Alright, so what's this Eight Cups about? The Tower reverse, there's no transformation. Seven Cups over, there's a delusion. Six of Wands reverse, there's no celebration. Temperance is upright, there's healing. Obviously there is, because there's a delusion, right? So it's like when you are in delusion, it's like you're saying that you're being delusional, or there's something that was happening. It's like you're having a deja vu moment, right? So it's like you don't understand that, whether you decide about what you're doing in that way. What's this judgment about? Queen Cups already, there's empathy. Three of Swords, there's no sadness. But Three Pentacles, sorry, you're talking about it. Yeah, because if there's a three-way situation, or if it's a third party, whatever it is, you pay attention to it, right? So you understand what you're doing, but then you have to focus on that. You focus about what's happening in that way, whether you do it or not, right? This is how it goes. And you might be doing it in a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but that's how it goes in that way. What's this Five Pentacles fell. Six Cups, sorry, there's the past. Two Cups reversed, there's no relationships or friendships. So there's something that was going on here in this situation. So when you have no friendships, relationships with anybody, Aquarius, there's something happening, right? It's like you're saying, okay, whoa, you know? So let's say what's happening with this Two Cups reversed. The stars are right there. There's inspiration. Yeah, because you're wishing upon something. What's between the star? Wheel of Fortune reversed, you're having bad luck. Okay. Alright, I can see what's going on here. So what's the opposite between this Wheel of Fortune? Whichever years there's no progress. Strength every year you're being scared. Okay, because you have no bravery. It's like, wow. So when you have no bravery, that's very interesting. What's opposite between the Strength card? Ten Cups, sorry, there's completion. Yeah, because everything is completed. No, it's not. But the real this is, it is. So it's like you're saying, well, you know, I know what to do, okay, but this is how it goes. You know? So like there was happening in this situation. So I'm gonna go from the middle to the right, middle to the left. Here finish upright, there's guidance. Five swords upright, there's conflict. Ace of Pentacles, there's no growth. Knight of Wands is already there's immaturity. Yeah, because you're having immaturity. When you're having immaturity, you're being immature, right? So it's like you're saying, woe is me, I can't do it anymore, I quit, I feel selfish, I don't like this anymore, I don't like this. If you keep perusing at it, if you keep pursuing at it, whatever it is, you decide that when you're acting like you're being immaturity, you're acting like that. So like, there's something that was happening in this situation. Let's read it in the middle and the left side. Terms of sorrow, there's healing. 10-1 sorrow, there's burdens. Hanging over yours, there's no restrictions. 6 Cups here, there's no past. 8 swords, sorry, there's anxiety. Yeah, because you're feeling sad. You're whimpering. You're saying, well, I can't do this anymore. I can't. Then why you're saying you're going to, walk out? Well, you know what? Think about your symptoms. Think about if you're being sicker. Or are you saying, well, if I'm sicker, why do I have to go out and, be contagious? No, it doesn't work out that way. You pay attention on how you're feeling, whether you're going to get over it. Get over it, Aquarius. Get over it. Because this is enough. Enough is enough. If you keep doing this, it's going to hit you in the behind, and it keeps doing it. So when you do it, as long as it needs to, that's how it goes. You can't step forward. Or, what I mean is, you can step forward, but you can't step back. Right? So if you focus on how you're feeling, that's how it goes. What this Knight of Wands about? Seven Pentacles, sorry, there's a vision, so you don't have a career. And 2 of Cups, sorry, there's relationships. Yes. If you want things to happen, that's how it goes. What's this Eight of Swords about? 3 of Swords, sorry, there's heartbreak. 7 of Swords reversed, there's no deceit. Those reversed, there's no decisions. 5 Pentacles, sorry, there's insecurity. Yeah, because that's how it goes. Right? What's the middle of this situation? 4 of Wands reversed, there's no celebration. 8 Pentacles, sorry, there's perfection. Obviously there is, because, that's how it goes. So, when you think that everything seems to be fine and introverted, that's how it goes in that way, right? That's how it goes. So, I hope you all like this video. Please give a like, please like, comment if you want, but this is how it goes in that way, and I hope you like it. So, this is the way it seems to be, but the opportunities, that's how it goes, and you understand that, because that's the way it seems to be in that way. So, that's how it goes, and when you do it, that's the way it seems to be. So, I hope you all like this video. Please give a like, please like, comment if you want. And thank you so much. And bye.